North Carolina and Kansas. Who do you got tonight? Let me know in the comments. Let's go. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is Craig Bennett, aka Cash Keg, back here for NCAA championship game. We're going to go through a few picks over here on Prizepicks. Again, let me know who you think's going to win this game. I kind of feel like the Tar Heels are just playing so stinking well in this tournament, and they have been for a while. And I think they pull this out. I think they pull the upset. I would take the +4 if you can get it, or if you can get it better than that. I just feel like they're too much in the front court for them. The one concern I do have is that ankle on Bacot. You know, he did twist that late in that Duke game, went out, came back in. That's my only concern with him. If he's fully back healthy, I just don't think they're going to have anything with the rebound game and those putbacks. So I do like them. That's who I'm going to take here. I'm going to take UNC at +4. Let me know who you got in the comments. But before that, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Makes me want to keep doing these videos for you guys. And hopefully we can just keep printing some money here. We did really well last night in the NBA. There's no NBA tonight, but I am going to put out an early NBA video for you guys tonight for tomorrow, and then we'll just keep on trucking again tomorrow. Massive slate tomorrow, but there is some picks out there that I think we can go over and take advantage of. But this video, let's check out a little UNC and Kansas. Let's go. All right, as you can tell, I have the NCAA desktop version up here. You can go ahead and download the mobile app as well to check out these NCAA picks. Again, we'll have some NBA picks later on tonight for tomorrow, but we'll go over a few picks here. They do have a free one, basically. They got Brady Manick over a half a point. That's just a free square if you're playing that one. I mean, it doesn't get any more free than that. So definitely hit that one. And then we're just going to look at points. I'll just kind of go over a bunch of these plays and just kind of talk about some of my favorite ones. Maybe you guys can, again, play this 2- and 3-man power plays. It's a championship game, so a lot of things can happen. With one game, it's really hard to hit value, so it's going to be even harder to hit a 5 pick. So I don't know if I would even play those. I would focus more on the 2- and 3-man power plays like I preach, and especially playing something like this. So again, free square there, Brady Manick over points. And if you don't, you can play those. I think it's up to $25 or $50. But if you want to play more, I do like his over 16.5 points. He struggled a little bit in that game against Duke shooting the ball. But, I do like him. My favorite pick, though, Brady Manick, if you want to take one outside of the free square, is coming over to 3-pointers made. Over 2.5 here. I mean, he's went over this in 5 of his last 5 games. Love watching the kid shoot. Should be better here. And again, I like this over 2.5. If you're not going to play, or if you want to play more than just that free square of him, this is my favorite one of him. I also like the over rebounds as well. Like I said, they're a really good rebounding team. And if Bacot is not 100%, healthy, maybe he gets in there and hits the boards a little bit harder. So I like the over 6 rebounds. He didn't get there against Duke, and he got ejected in that Baylor game, but he went over that. Again, these other games, he's a really good rebounder. So I do like the over on the rebounds as well. But 3-point line, if you're not going to take the free square, is the one that I would look at. 3-pointers as well. Ochai Agbaji, I would take him as well. Over 2 here. I think he's going to have to really get it done scoring here. If we get 100% healthy Bacot, I'm not sure McCormick is going to be able to do a lot in that front court. So I think he's going to have to pick up the scoring. And so if he struggles, like McCormick gets a lot of his points on those putbacks, and having a strong front court there, and Bacot, I think he's going to struggle a little bit in this game. So these other guys got to pick up the scoring. And I think that's where over 16.5 points, I like that. I like the over 3-pointers as well. I probably like that one a little bit more, but over points for sure. I like that for him. I also like over Christian Braun points as well, just because if I think McCormick is going to struggle a little bit, it's going to have to pick up from either Braun or Wilson. So one of those two guys are probably going to go over as well. So if you want to maybe mix and match some of these Christian Braun and Jalen Wilson, I would do that. Braun should be up against Black, but 5.5 points, I really wouldn't touch that. But Braun is definitely one of their best defenders, and I don't think I would touch Leaky Black 5.5 points either way. Remy Martin, same kind of thing. I'm not going to touch that. I still think the overs are Ochai, Wilson, and Braun here if you're going to take him. And I maybe would take the under McCormick, but 11.5 points. It really depends on what you think of Baycott. Do you think his ankle is healthy or not? But then again, points for on the other side here for UNC. Basically I would take Manic, and then I would look at like an RJ Davis or Love, but I don't think I would really touch those guys. I just think Manic has a big game. He's kept them in this. He's part of the reason why they're in this championship game, even though he struggled against Duke. I do think this is why he's in that championship game. So coming over rebounds, like I said, Manic over 6 rebounds. I'd go right back to well there. I know we missed it. We did one video where we went 4-1. And that was the one that we did miss. We hit a lot of those Villanova guys because of, a guy being injured for them. But we did miss that Manic. I just feel like if Baycott's not 100%, then maybe he goes down there and gets a few rebounds. 14.5 is a lot to ask for down here. But again, that's what they do, right? And it wouldn't surprise me if he put up another 20 spot here in rebounds. But I'm not sure I want to touch that number at all with how high it is. I still feel like I worry about the rebounds, like I said, a little bit with McCormick, with Baycott back there. 6.5 is pretty low, though. I've seen it out there at 7.5. I think it got bet down because I think it opened up at 7.5, and now it's down to 6.5. I don't think I can take that either way, just with Baycott down there. So I'm not gonna really look here. Don't really love a lot here. I guess I could look at if I feel like Baycott's going to be more on McCormick and slowing him down. Maybe Jalen Wilson gets there and rebounds. And so I would go the over on Jalen Wilson at 9, even though that's pretty high. I think I've seen it out there. That's around 8.5, but I would take the over on him and not touch McCormick there at 6.5. So if you want to take the over on rebounds, I would look at Manic and I would look at Wilson here. That number's a little too high for me, and I really wouldn't touch the rest of these guys. I don't really have any assists that I like. There's 4 of them. Don't really love any of these and not touching these, so I'm going to leave that alone. Points, rebounds, and assists. Another thing I'm kind of leave alone. It depends. If you think Baycott is completely healthy, I love this over 30.5 for him. If not, I really wouldn't touch it. Same thing here with Ochai, over 23.5. I don't mind looking at that a little bit. He put up most of his work is done in the scoring. Villanova, he put up 24 points, rebounds, and assists. He's went over it in 3 of his last 5 games there. They're going to need a big game out of him. So I still feel like the points is the way to go with him. He's put up 21, 18, 5, 15, 11 in those last 5 games. They're going to need a big game out of him. He shot extremely well in 3-pointers that game against Villanova. He shot 6 from 7. And that's where he's going to get a lot of his points. But I don't know. Not one that I'm extremely excited about here in any of these points, rebounds, and assists. Jalen Wilson, maybe a little bit here. I would look at him, especially if I feel like McCormick's going to struggle a little bit. I think he could do really well, but I think I'd rather just take the rebounds and points, rebounds, and assists. Like I said, it all comes down to that foot of Baycott if he's healthy or not. Blocks and steals, don't really have anything here. Not really leaning too much either way of those. Like I said, 3-pointers are some of my favorite for Ochai and Manic. I think those are the 2 that I really like. And those were the 2 it would function on if you're doing 2 3s here. So I don't really like a whole lot here besides, like I said, I would take the overs on both of these guys for 3-pointers made. I would come over here to rebounds, and I'd probably take Jake Wilson over, even though 9 rebounds is pretty high. I think I would take that over. I don't think I'll touch Baycott. I'm not touching assist. And then points, like I said, I'd mix and match here. I do like, I do like the over on Jake Wilson. Braun, I do like taking that. And like I said, I think Manic has a big game here. He struggled a little bit last game. I think he comes back here in the national championship and puts on a show. So I do like the over there. I still would prefer just taking the 3-pointers because he takes a ton of them. So if you're going to choose between over points on Brady Manic or over 2.5 3-pointers, I think I would take the over 3-pointers. Like I said, these are just if you're not using the free square and you want to play a little bigger money is where I would look at those guys. So that's what I'm looking at. Again, it's hard when it's just one single game here. I wouldn't play a ton. These are probably my favorite plays. Like I said, the 3-pointers are with these guys. So this is what I'm looking at. Again, I'll have an NBA video out later this afternoon or evening where we'll talk about tomorrow's NBA game slate and we'll do an early rundown. But if you don't have an account, make sure you head on over there and use that promo code DFSArmy. Get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. and enjoy the game. You know, should be a fun one. I'm going to put most of my money, not so much on these props. I'm just going to enjoy it. I think it's UNC +4. Might even sprinkle a little bit on their money line. But there's, you know, the props I really like are these 3-pointers. I would focus on them the most. So, again, enjoy your night. Hopefully, your screens are a little bit green. And let's catch it. See you on the flip side. Deuces.